Totally Baseless.
Hey, it's Totally Baseless. My name's John, and with me is a guy who's always HOTTOGO. Dan, welcome to the podcast.
I'm glad to be here.
And a guy who's going back to the office 6 days a week because he just loves it so darn much. Dave, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, hello, fellow youths. HOTTOGO.
Oh, man. No, Dad, it's still not cool. All right, let's get to our trivia question. Before we do get into everything about Chappell Roan, our topic for this week. All right, I'm going to give you three classic comedy albums. You tell me which comedian released each one. The first one, Hello, Dummy. Might get that right away. Maybe. The
George
second,
Carlin.
Charlie McCarthy, Edgar Bergen.
yeah, it's pretty classic. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mom always liked you best with an exclamation point. Mom always liked you best. That's how I should say it. And comedy is not pretty. An album I think my grandfather had. You know, since I'm Gen Z, he's way
It's
before
an
my
old
time.
dude, a sad dude, and an ugly dude.
Well, you could say that about this podcast every week.
I'll take
All right.
the good-looking dude. No?
I bet you would. All right. Hello, Dummy. Hello, Dummy. Giving it away a little bit. Two of them are kind of like the clues in the
Well,
name a
it's
bit.
the ventriloquist guy.
No.
The guy from
Not
Soap.
not that guy, not that kind of dummy, like an insult dummy.
Oh,
Don Rickles.
Don Rickles. Once I said
wow.
insult, I did kind of give it away.
Yeah.
The original insult comic, Don Rickles. Hello, dummy. Mom always liked you best. Who
Joan Rivers.
who are two guys where that would make sense?
The
The
Smothers
Smothers
Brothers.
Brothers.
The Smothered Brothers. Mom always liked
Okay.
you best. Comedy is not pretty. This guy, I think he started in the 60s, but really made it big in the 70s and in movies then in the 80s.
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. Yes,
Oh,
that's right.
oh,
Right
he's a
again.
handsome guy.
I just saw a documentary on him.
Oh, you should have got that right away then. Come on.
Boo.
It was a dramatic pause.
Yes.
The showbiz
Yes.
in me.
Acting.
Acting, thank y'all.
Yeah. We did have that album in the house. I remember that. The Cruel Shoes and all that. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna interview you two older Gen X dudes about Chappell Roan, a 26-year-old artist who's having a moment this year, but has been performing for quite a few years. Her first, I think, viral hit was Pink Pony Club. And a few years ago, a whole great article profile in Rolling Stone. So first of all, what did you guys know about Chappell Roan before I texted you about that this would be the topic?
I knew a lot, actually, because there's a
Yeah.
story
One
here.
thing, both of you Gen X and also with daughters in the house.
Yes. And that's the only reason why I knew anything about Chappell Roan.
Chappelle, did you say?
Well, us in the business would call her Chappell Roan.
Chappelle Roan, yes.
But her
And you
name
would
is,
be wrong.
yeah, but her name is Chappell Roan. As my daughter told me after I said, "Hey, do you know who this Chappell Roan is?" And she's all, "You mean Chappell Roan?
Very cool,
Chaperone,
Dad.
chaperone, chaperone, chaperone." But yeah, so my daughter just had her 16th birthday, and she had a wish list of what she wanted, and she want some of the things she wanted were vinyl albums, and she had a list of names, and one of them was a name I've never heard of, and I didn't know how to pronounce Chappell Roan, and so I ended up not buying her that album. I ended up buying her David Bowie,
Thanks, Dad.
Ziggy Stardust, and the
How did she
Spiders
like
from Mars.
Ziggy Stardust album?
Well, she liked it. She's heard it
Or she
before.
just chucked it to the side? She hasn't heard it yet.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, okay, thank you." cool. I
Thanks,
got it for you.
Boomer. Whatever,
Yeah,
Boomer.
she thought, so where's my Chappell Roan album?
Yeah, right.
I'm like, you will listen to this and like it.
This is Chappell Roan 50 years ago.
Yeah,
Pretty
exactly.
much.
Exactly. This is the boy version of Chappell Roan back in the 70s.
Yep.
Or is it?
Or yeah, the
Right? I mean,
boy version? Is it? Don't know. Don't know. He was
So you
playing with
didn't know anything.
no, didn't know anything. And I could say that I am a fan. I'm a fan.
So
I
you're a
did a
fan now.
deep dive.
Okay. This is good.
Yeah.
You came in like a blank slate and then
Yeah, and
so we get
usually
your
I
real
would
impressions.
usually I would have waved my fist and said, get off my lawn. But it was actually good because funny enough, I was having this conversation with my daughter and Lisa that I'm like, today's music, I don't understand it. Everybody, all the singers, all the popular music they're all a bunch of Disney kids. They have no edge. They have no, they're all sanitized.
right.
And then reading the Rolling Stone
I think you
article,
should look at Dan's playlist. Dan should maybe share his Spotify with you. You might find a different story.
but but like I said, reading the Rolling Stone interview, okay, she's got some edge to her. You know, she's
Yeah, yeah,
not
she
like
was.
an NWA, but
Yeah.
or a hardcore punk group or Guns N' Roses, but she's got some edge to her, and she's got some
Yeah.
issues
Yeah,
that
yeah, she
she's
was diagnosed as
yeah
bipolar too. So
yeah, and her
some
music
issues.
and her music is really really good. I liked it.
But
I give it a
when you
thumbs
look at
up.
it though, like all this, the Gen X people that we've always liked, and all the people that we've always seen as edgy, always had some of those same like
Yeah,
internal conflicts, or but
yeah,
maybe back then it was called being an asshole, right?
yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
you were a moody asshole artist who put out one album every 15 years, and then you got into a fight with people. Looking at you,
W.
Jason.
Axl Rose, W. Axl Rose, we're looking at you.
Yeah, but now it's more of it's the more common with the mental health and people being more open about it, and it positively influences what they're doing with their music.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm usually turned off by today's music only because, like I said, I'm like, it has no edge. It's all, prefab, and she's good. She's really, really good. And I'm sure there's a lot of other artists
Yeah, yeah.
that
Is it that
that,
you're
that are
not
good, but
open?
yeah, but I don't.
If
Yeah,
you read a Rolling Stone profile on each artist, would you be
yeah,
more open to
yeah,
them?
Yeah,
yeah,
right. That's
yeah,
got to be like
You
the
know,
first.
this
yeah,
Olivia Rodrigo has actually got some edge on her. He's like,
yeah.
Well, I was
Exactly.
gonna
But
say she had the breeders open for her.
wow, actually, that's
that,
pretty cool.
Like
But
how
yeah.
funny is that? That's like
I got the old man blinders on, right? Yeah,
right.
if it isn't grunge, if it isn't Nirvana or Foo Fighters or Pearl Jam or Soundgarden, I don't want to hear it. It's
Or they
not
were
rock.
friends with somebody in the Foo Fighters. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but like I mean, totally. Like even for me, like when it's like, oh, ask me for like what's your favorite newer artist? My Chemical Romance. Those
Yeah,
dudes are only
exactly.
20 years old.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I listen. Okay. So when at work, I listen to K Rock in the morning. So I know a lot of the songs, but tell me who sang them or what's the name of the song? Like, I don't know.
They
Well,
stream?
well, there's a
Yeah.
50% chance you're gonna hear Red Hot Chili Peppers, though,
No,
dude.
no, no,
So
no. Yeah,
like,
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean,
In any
stuff from
given
our
hour.
age, I know, but I mean, new stuff when they play new music, and I'm like, oh, it's cool. Yeah, I listen to that all the time, but I have no idea who it is or what the or what the
Oh,
song is.
okay.
yeah.
And
Well, look,
my little kids play it, and I'm like, I know that song. I'm cool, right? And they're like, who is it? And I'm
like,
like, I have no
No,
idea.
no. So Dan, what did you know coming in and what do you
well,
think
I mean,
now?
I knew kind of like snippets. I'd heard the name, and I heard, she was this awesome performer, and big LGBTQ advocate, and I kind of discovered it through like Olivia Rodrigo because I saw Olivia Rodrigo performed at Coachella, and she came out and sang No Doubt songs, and then that I'm like, oh, this is cool. Olivia Rodrigo singing with No Doubt, and then there's like a video of her with Chappell Roan doing their hot to go together. It's like, oh, this is actually pretty cool.
And they're friends.
Yeah, and it's like so, and then but they're
But
influenced.
Olivia Rodrigo is a Disney girl, right?
Well,
Yeah.
that's what. Yeah, she was on this Disney show called Bizarre Bark that like I'd
No,
watch with the kids. I'm like, is that the kid from Bizarre Bark?
nobody's perfect, right?
But it's like, but they have like kind of like cool points with our generation because, like I said, she had the breeders open for him, and they reference all these other people that aren't like. fluffy music. It's like stuff that we consider like edgy or alternative. So it's like, all right.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, but I my first impression is, or my first thought is always, I'm turned off because they're Disney kids, and so I don't want to even hear them.
So you're
Right.
judging a book by its cover.
Definitely. Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm at that age where that's all you do, right?
Yeah, this looks like crap. Move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, it's like, yeah, the front of this. No.
Yeah, no. In my day, you know, but it's really good. I mean, I was going through the wish list, the playlist, and yeah, she's got a bunch of really good songs.
Like
Her
what?
older
Like
stuff.
what did you like?
Well, I like that Hot to Go,
It's
Pink
super catchy, right?
Pink
Yeah.
Pony Party. Yeah, Pink Pony Party. Hot to Go reminded me of Mickey, Penny
Yeah. No,
Dazzler.
that's what I was gonna say. First thing was
Yeah,
like, this is Mickey.
yeah, yeah. The
Yeah, yeah.
Pink
There was a
Pony
lot of
Club.
influences, like a lot of 80s kind of influences in there, right?
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, this is like the start of what was it? Good Luck Babe. I thought it
Yeah.
was gonna start with I thought George Michael was gonna start with Careless Whisper. And then it
Yeah,
was kind of Ramones-ish a little bit for a second.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is all very, yeah, there's a lot of 80s in there.
No, yeah, like the one you sent us Red Wine Supernova. It's like total 80s vibe. It's like,
Yeah.
I think those are all off that uh Midwestern Princess, the rise of a
The
Midwestern
Rise and
Princess.
Fall of a Midwestern Princess. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and like I heard like 4 or 5 songs off of that. I was like, wow, this is really good. I liked it, and I liked her old stuff too when she was more acoustic. When us hipsters, like, we knew her back then.
right?
Yeah.
I
You
like the
saw her.
original sound. Oh, you don't have her first volume?
Didn't you
Yeah,
see her playing in a deli?
yeah,
Right?
sure.
Everybody likes to have that story, right? I saw the replacements before they were the
Yeah,
replacements when they had Joey Shithead as their drummer. You're like, what? Everybody wants to get it on the
yeah,
ground
Before
floor.
that
yeah.
guy drowned in a pool.
Yeah.
Everybody wants the cool points, right? They want to be the ones that discovered them. Now, after
Oh,
everybody else discovered them, oh yeah, they suck
oh, is
now.
that what
Yeah.
I thought you really were in on her early,
No, no,
Dan.
no, no,
No,
I didn't get
no.
what your text was about.
no,
Yeah,
no,
the
no.
sarcasm didn't like, right? That's what
That doesn't
everybody,
come, it's hard to come through on text. And I know you're such a hardcore music fan, so I'm like, I don't know.
yeah, that's kind of the hard thing. It's like, what's funny is as I've gotten older, I'm like, it's just about fun. I don't want to hear boring, depressing shit for the sake of being edgy or for the sake of being, oh yeah, this band is only followed by 5 people. They must be really good. No, maybe they suck ass. Maybe the guy having fun putting out a dance song is actually like who you want to be listening to.
Yeah, I'm slowly opening up more, but it's hilarious because Bailey, she listens to a lot of
Your
music.
16-year-old daughter.
Yeah, yeah, she listens to a lot of music, but she always has her headphones on, so I never get to hear it. But
Uh,
she likes like a lot of the music that I like. She likes Bowie. She likes a lot of the Eagles, Elton John. We play Elton John all the time. She likes uh, Rocket Man and Tiny Dancer. Her favorite like Crocodile
another
Rock.
friend of Chappell Roan, actually,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
which is
but
crazy. You're like 20s, your early 20s, and then Elton John calls you on the phone.
yeah,
That's
you don't
that
answer
must
it
be
though, right?
nuts.
Yeah.
He's like
You don't answer it.
70, whatever.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
probably,
Okay,
yeah.
Googling live Google
I'm gonna
Elton
say he's
John.
about 78.
Okay, what do you say, Dan?
I'm gonna say 72.
77.
Oh,
And yeah, calling you on the phone. Hey, hey, are you okay? Need any help? I'm like, whoa, Elton John.
you got these like legends, right? And like,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not really music for my age, or at least I don't listen to it.
No,
But it is, but
you two are definitely not the target audience.
no,
yeah, but it's really good. It's really good, and I would definitely next time I'll buy Bailey a Chappell Roan album instead of a
Just send her
David
the
Bowie album.
link, the playlist link I sent
Yeah, well,
you.
she listens to her on Spotify.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
but I
it's
wonder if
weird.
I was gonna say, I wonder if it's kind of like the inverse because like obviously I work at a high school, right? And like I get excited like when I see a kid wearing like a Misfits t-shirt or like I'll see a kid with Pennywise or I'm like, hey, bitchin' shirt. Now, if I were to show up with a Chappell Roan t-shirt where they go, oh, dude,
Yeah, you're trying too hard.
right?
Yeah,
I never want to be trying too hard, but like I also wouldn't it be like, hey, okay, this guy is like,
A pedo?
yeah.
yeah, it's like no, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's the problem. You can't be like having young girls when you're like a Gen X
Yeah,
dude
yeah.
now
You can't
Right,
really
on your
you can't
shirt.
be yeah, you can't really try to be impressing teenagers.
right. Well, no, that's not what I was going for. But I meant
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You're like, you know what? I'm not trying to like impress you. I'm just saying I like
hey,
them too.
yeah, right, exactly. It's like
Please don't
it's
get
in
me
my playlist.
fired.
Yeah, I'm not front row in the pit, but it's in my playlist now, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, it's another thing that nowadays, I guess, with music, it's
Yes.
they, they,
Tell
they
us,
they
tell
have
us, Dave.
well, like, hot take, old man hot take. They got the
Yeah,
streaming
yeah.
services, right? So you can get a subscription to Spotify or Apple Music, and so you have everything at your fingertips. So you're not really because
That
I wouldn't
I'm
say
really jealous of. That
because
it was
yeah,
so hard before. It was
well,
so
yeah, and it's
expensive before to
Well,
get
yeah, you
everything.
had to
yeah,
buy like singles and you had to buy like
yeah. They're like Bailey likes all
albums.
types of music,
And
right?
then imports were crazy expensive, and if you could get
Yeah,
them at all,
yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Back in our day, and still, I like going to music stores and just rifling through the old CDs and old cassettes
next
and
to
old
your
albums.
16-year-old, now they're so into that now. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
well, the thing is, when we lived in California, we'd go to Claremont and we'd go eat at a bagel place, and right next door to the bagel place, there used to be a Rhino Records.
Yeah.
And so I'd go after I'd eat, I'd go to the Rhino Records and just rifle through stuff. And once in a while, I'd buy something if it was like really cheap, under $10. I'd get because I lost a bunch of CDs and cassettes over the years, so I'd get like a
Over the
Beastie Boys.
decades.
Yeah, I'd get the
Let's be
Beastie Boys.
honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They disintegrated
yeah. I mean,
like the Ark of the
time.
Covenant.
Yeah, time just disintegrated them, right? I mean, I still have some tapes from the '80s, some cassettes. I haven't preserved in a box. If I
What
open
do you
it, yeah,
think?
if I open it, it's gonna turn to dust.
What do you think of the whole drag queen kind of style that she's a big fan of?
I think she does it a lot better and a lot more. It seems a lot more natural, and maybe it's because she has more talent than that JoJo Siwa. I think JoJo Siwa
That's
is trying too hard.
right.
Yeah, that girl's trying too hard to be relevant, I guess, and trying to be edgy, and it's like you're not.
It's like anything, right? If you have to say it, you're probably not it. And when
Yeah,
yeah, it just seems like a natural progression for her, and she's putting on a show, and it's rocking. That's like rock and roll, dude. That's Kiss.
She's
That's
just
Elvis. That's
expressing
Little Richard.
herself, right? Yeah.
yeah,
I
and
mean, when
then
you
and
read the
then
Rolling Stone interview, you're like, okay, this is really her. You're getting a genuine uh thing. That's just
Yeah.
who she is.
yeah,
That's her style.
because of her experience, right? Of not knowing that she was bipolar, right? So she has all this stuff going on in her head that like she didn't know she was what queer, lesbian, or whatever. She was with guys,
Oh,
and
a
she's
queer
like, I don't
lesbian.
like.
Yeah, I like in the
Queer
article where she's
lesbian.
like, yeah, I didn't enjoy sex with
Yeah.
men.
Yeah,
And I'm like, well,
Yeah. She
that's a
figured out, oh,
sign.
it's not, there's nothing wrong with me.
yeah,
It's,
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah, she definitely has a distinct. It kind of reminds me of a little bit like Lady Gaga with the fashion,
yeah,
like out
yeah,
there and a different, and not just that the style, but like that she's changing the style all the time, trying new things.
yeah, yeah. And like I said, her earlier stuff reminded me of Fiona
Her
Apple.
earlier stuff
Yeah, it sounds so weird because she's only
I,
26, right? But the stuff that she made,
back in the day,
but
yeah.
the stuff that she did before
the new
she
album.
yeah, she
Yeah.
came out with the drag makeup and the super red hair. That stuff reminded me of like a Fiona Apple.
Funny about it. That's like the stuff she said she wasn't like originally like too fond of either. She's like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
I
yeah,
this.
that's the stuff that her old label, I guess, kind of
Yeah.
was pushing her to do.
Yeah,
And now she
Atlantic
could,
comes out bad in that article.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. As they should be though, because it's like, come on.
There's an old story. I forgot who told it, but um,
Two
Eddie
cavemen walk
Murphy.
into a bar.
Yeah, no. Eddie when Eddie Murphy was first doing comedy, right? Um, he was foul mouthed and he was doing a lot of potty humor and whatever. And Rodney Dangerfield saw him at a club, and he said, "Hey man, you got to get rid of all the dirty words, and it's never gonna work." And he blows up, he gets big, and then he's doing a show in Vegas, and he runs into Rodney Dangerfield in the bathroom, and he looks at Rodney Dangerfield. Rodney Dangerfield looks at him and he goes, "Hey, who knew?" That's kind of like Atlantic Records. They're like, "Hey, who knew?"
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I heard that story somewhere. It's
Yeah, I like that
not like I lived it.
it's like she's yeah, she's doing her own thing, she's just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do what I feel, what I like, and it's awesome. I
Yeah,
mean, she's the
I
real
get
deal. Like her voice is incredible, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. You hear that older stuff, I guess, the not as
She's no
fancy
Milli
party
Vanilli, that's
stuff.
for sure.
No, but
Well,
she has a good voice.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah, a
you hear it
voice.
back then.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you hear her like I said, you hear her older stuff, and she's got a
Yeah.
voice on her. And I think maybe that's the difference. Sorry, Jojo Siwa, if I'm picking on you. I'm not really trying to pick on, but maybe that's the difference. Is Chappell Roan has a voice and that extra talent,
Yeah.
and so because I'm pretty sure this JoJo Siwa can carry a tune, right?
Extra talent. I don't
Well,
say you have
yeah,
no
I
talent.
think she can carry a tune, right? But there's a difference. So you'll go along with someone if they're outrageous or if they're, you know, crazy get ups and everything, if they got the talent to back it up.
Right.
Whereas this JoJo Siwa is not as strong a vocalist.
It's going to be
Yes.
like more fly by night, you think?
Yeah, yeah.
There's no
It's more like you're
foundation.
using the gimmick to get over.
Yeah.
I
And
mean, and
No, no,
there's
I
just
instead
like
of the
that she
voice,
writes her own
yeah.
songs.
yeah,
She
instead of the
performs them
voice
awesome. She
and
has
the
her own
talent
style.
of being
She's
an
not a
artist.
product. I
Yeah.
love that some people always want to, no matter what you do, how amazing you are, how hard it was to get there, people just want to shit in your, piss in the
Yeah.
pool. Like, I didn't
Just for the
hear
sake
about
of, yeah.
this except for the Rolling Stone article, but that she's an industry plant.
That's
Yeah,
like,
I didn't get that part. I'm
I guess
like,
some people had said that, and I'm like,
but
that's
yeah,
not.
industry plant is like somebody that comes out of nowhere and is good. You're too good. You couldn't possibly have been like, but then that's the music
this,
business, regardless, right?
yeah.
Everybody
So
listens to,
they're saying that, oh, this couldn't have been organic,
yeah,
that you've been manufactured. I'm like, no, she's been
You're
kicking it
like the
around
monkeys
since,
or something.
yeah,
yeah, kind
she
of,
Is that an
yeah,
interesting plant? Okay.
but
yeah,
she's been kicking it around since 2017, right?
Well,
So
no, no, but
7.
people can just say anything.
Well,
right.
yeah. Well, we're in a day and age in social media
Kamala
where
had those earrings were
We're
Bluetooth, yeah.
yeah,
were things that I'm like, okay, whatever you do, however hard it was, and however much you accomplish, then they'll just pull you down these days, huh?
Yeah,
well then yeah,
cats and
there's
dogs are
always
being eaten. It's
yeah,
you can
Yeah.
you can say whatever you want to say now because social
You get to
media.
the US legally, you're trying to do your best, you're working
yeah,
hard
like you
at a
do everything
job,
right.
And then some
and then
asshole says that
somebody
you
Yeah,
and
you
then
need a
somebody says you're eating dogs. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's
and
no
you
matter
have
what you
proof
do,
that you've done
somebody,
everything right. Like yeah, and it's
yeah,
still yeah,
yeah.
some Yahoo says some random ass shit, and that
on
gets taken
social media and it gets magnified because
It's social media, yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
if it's on social media, there's a huge population of the country that believes everything they read on social media.
Yeah, I like
yep.
the way Dan has had kids in the house because he says Yahoo as his swear word.
Yeah.
Those
Some Yahoo.
Yahoos. Yeah, yeah. So I thought that was kind of funny, like industry plants. I'm like, oh
Well, then,
man,
like
she's been through
every
all this, and
freaking
then
yeah,
she's also gotten like I don't know what's the word? Not denied, but negate all that she's accomplished.
Hard work that
yeah,
she's done. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything, right? It's like this healthy, refreshing thing, like this healthy discussion about her mental health, her
yeah,
mental, about her sexuality, about how she made her music. It's all
yeah. It wasn't like she's a train wreck, right? And like,
yeah,
oh, we got to count that,
Yeah, only in
right.
the
Yeah,
way
it's not
that
like
we're
those
all train
traditional.
wrecks.
Yeah,
yeah. Well,
nothing.
get her name in the Deadpool, right? She,
Right. Or like the traditional like Rolling Stone rock star profile, where
yeah, yeah. Yeah, she's
I
throwing
find
stuff
him
out the
at 3 in the
window.
morning, passed out in the gutter. I have to wake him up to do my interview, right? Every like
Yeah.
article used to start kind of like that.
Yeah, yeah, you know,
He shows up disheveled, smelling of a 3 day bender and clothes.
yeah, you know, their hotel room was trashed and they threw a TV out the window. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
All right,
It
enough
doesn't
about Motley Crue.
yeah,
One thing I like about her songs, it's so like a very relatable into like a really deep into a relationship. Like feelings like you wouldn't, hear in other songs or in a normal pop kind of song. Like she's talking about casual, where, she's getting eaten out in the back of a car and, just these really deeply personal kind of things.
Oh, I thought she went to In and Out. Oh, I misunderstood that lyric.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah. I
I
did
thought
have
it,
the lyrics rolling as I listened. Yeah.
I mean, I know that she's LGBTQ plus, you know, in that community, and I don't care. I just thought the music was good and the
Then why'd you
songs were
bring it
good.
up? What's your
No,
issue?
no,
What do you mean?
saying
What
that
do you
I
mean
don't know
those
what the lyrics
people?
are. I
What do you
didn't know
mean
what
those
the
Those
people?
people.
no, I didn't know exactly what the song lyrics are.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, yeah. I had the lyrics rolling and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah,
see what she's talking about. But yeah,
yeah,
it's
But I think,
very, very like deep emotional kind of things you could really relate to, the pain but like specific things.
right.
Uh,
It's one of those things, it's universal, but specific to her at the same time.
yeah, yeah, you could really relate. Yeah.
And that's what's cool because it's, people would, would say, "Oh, you're listening to that gay music." It's not like gay, right? You have the naysayers that would like just try to boil it down to that.
it's not that what's that song? Aqua. Come on, Barbie girl.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
I'm kidding.
but
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what's his name? That guy, he had a really great episode where he played a gay character. He got some flack and that's there's you played a gay character and he goes, fuck you. That was a love story and that's all there
yes. Oh
was.
wow.
Uh,
What's his name? Ron Swanson.
Ron
yeah, yeah,
Swanson
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
in The Last of Us.
yeah.
yeah,
It
I think
wasn't.
it was the
Yeah,
third episode. Yeah, I love that episode. But he was like, it's just a love story.
yeah.
You
yeah,
fucking asshole. Yeah, yeah. So when she's singing, I'm like, okay, these are just emotions everybody can
Yeah.
relate to.
yeah,
And
yeah. I
but
mean,
she expresses them so like it specifically, like she's telling this story about this, a lot of them are like very like these relationship stories. So you can really get into it, I thought.
it's catchy. It's got a good beat, and you can dance to it.
No, that
Well, you
that's
should try the lyrics, Dave.
that's like the cool thing though. You put it all together, right? It's these awesome lyrics. It's
Very
the
catchy.
visuals. It's catchy. So it's like, and it's one of those things like, all right, first it catches your eye and it catches your ear, and then like you start like listening to it more, and like, oh, you're like, oh, damn, right? And that's what like good music's supposed to do. Sometimes there's whatever hooks you in, and then you want to see more, and you want to learn more, and you want to like, oh, this was a good album. Let me check this out. I liked that single. Let me check this out, right? Or when you read the liner notes, right? Like if that's what good music's supposed to do is create you wanting to do that deep dive and really be more invested in the artist. And I think she does that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, what you said, Dan.
Yeah, no, no, I agree because honestly, before I actually listened to the music, and when you said we are going to do a show on Chappell Roan, before I did the deep dive into it, I was already thinking, okay, I'm going to hate this, you know.
Right?
Next week,
Already
next week
another,
is Taylor Swift, by the way.
yeah, I'm back on Taylor Swift. I'm on Team Swift now. I just don't listen to her music, but but I'm like she gets a lot of flack for no reason. So, but
But like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I think the initial reaction, right? It's to like, especially people our age and our generation, is to like want it to be like a write-off. Oh, it's just the chick
yeah,
that does the crazy draggy makeup and whatever. And then
yeah,
you look, you're like, oh damn, this is awesome. And oh damn, this sounds, yeah, like we said at the beginning, just like Mickey. This could be like if you did a reboot of Valley Girl, this would be the lead song. She could do the whole soundtrack.
yeah. It
It
was
would be like,
I was I mean I played that playlist. It went deep. I was like, okay, and then there'd be like a Olivia Rodrigo song or a Taylor Swift song or someone named Charlie X. I
Charlie
just skipped.
XCX.
I skipped over those. I skipped over those
It's
and
a
just
Brad
listened
Summer, that's all I'm saying.
and just listened to hers. And I was like, these are some really good ones. And I mean, I went down, like I said, I was listening to like her earlier stuff that only us real fans know about.
For like our 1 week old fans, really.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm a Roni. I'm a Roni.
You're
We call
Chapperoni.
ourselves the Rice-A-Ronis.
Okay, so favorite Chappell Roan song and why?
I got to go with Hot to Go only because it's an earworm.
It's
It's an
super,
earworm.
yeah, it's super
I should
catchy.
have gone first. Same thing. Like just boom. It's like upbeat. It's fun. It's got a great beat.
Yeah.
You can dance to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, if you guys go that, I'll go Pink Pony Club. That is really
Yeah.
good.
That was a good one too. And then like
Yeah,
Danny
yeah.
said, super red wine
Red wine.
supernova.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red
Yeah.
Wine Supernova. Yeah, yeah, that one's really good. Yeah, that's the whole relationship thing and
Yeah, she has another one,
encapsulated.
California. It's a little bit more melodic
And then
and slow.
Casual,
Yeah,
like
casual.
Casual is like a song. I feel like that's almost like a song. Would a guy ever complain about a relationship being too casual and just good sex? But
Hmm.
Hmm.
still, it's still relatable, her
Yeah,
feeling
no,
and
it's
everything in it. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, I could see that.
I give her 4 stars, 2 thumbs up, kitchen sink, everything. Throw it in there.
two
I'm a
prancing
fan.
All
pink ponies for me.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
right. All right, all right. We've enlightened two old dudes onto Chappell
Yeah.
Roan, opened their minds. Or would you say you're more accepting of bipolar and lesbian artists now?
If I run into any, I will be like, "Do you sing?"
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, thanks for listening to all the Chaperone, doing all the reading and research, and your insights. And yeah, we definitely highly recommend Chaperone to everyone. Please hit subscribe to keep up with the latest episodes. And thank you.